Hi, everyone. Welcome to True Disabled Story. My name is Nico, and I use he, him pronouns. I'm a white man with parted blonde hair, large blue and brown spectacles, and a blue tie-dye graphic t-shirt underneath an open green zip-up hoodie. I'm seated against a blurred background. Like about 20% of the US population and 17% of Philadelphians, I'm disabled. Whether we look locally, nationally, or globally, disabled communities are full of dynamic, diverse, and frankly delightful people with their own stories to share. All we have to do is listen. As many of you know, I was born disabled. I've never known differently. So when I come into contact with other disabled people, either in my personal, professional, or civic life, I'm naturally curious about their perspectives and their life story. If you've met one disabled person, you've met one disabled person. Today, I'm honored to be joined by Alyssa, and I can't wait to hear what she has to share. Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited too. All right, let's dive into it. So, Alyssa, what was your path to diagnosis like? Was this something that you and your supports suspected, perhaps, or was this a complete surprise? Paint that picture for us.
So, my diagnosis was from my birth until about two or three. My mom actually had to um, advocate a lot with doctors to get a diagnosis because they were scared to put a label on me, and she really needed it in order to get the support that I deserved.
That's fair. I'm really glad that your mom could be that advocate for you when you couldn't be the advocate for yourself. So now, obviously, you're far past babyhood. What impact has your diagnosis had throughout your life?
It's had a major impact on knowing that I have to be my own advocate as well as asking other people to be my advocate when I can't be for some reason. So it's actually made me want to go into like mainstream media and change the perspective of people's um, perspective on disability. So I'm hoping to use my joy for media to get my story shared out that way and get a job in the media.
That's remarkable. Uh, would that be like a career change for you, or
Actually, I started my college degree with a social and behavioral science degree to go into psychology, and then I turned it into communications like halfway through. So I have a associate's in social and behavioral sciences and then a bachelor's in communications. And ever since then, I've kind of been trying to get a job. So yes, it was a career change, but at the same time, kind of still starting. So yes and no.
remarkable? We always need more disabled talent behind and in front of the camera. Thank you.
Hmm.
So, Alyssa, you've had this diagnosis basically your entire life. Looking back, what advice would you give a younger person who is just understanding this diagnosis for themselves? Or even if you could go back in your own timeline through like some random time travel, right? What advice would you give your younger self?
I would say listen to yourself or someone else who is getting the diagnosis because their opinion matters the most. And never forget to keep advocating for yourself, no matter how hard that it gets, because advocating for yourself will continue to be something you have to do throughout your entire life. It doesn't stop once you get the diagnosis.
Yeah, I feel that advocating for yourself is a full-time job.
Mm, yeah.
Alyssa, as our time together draws to a close, I want to thank you again for the perspective you bring. Your answers are very concise, and I really admire that. As we close, I want to use this last question just as space that you and I, as disabled people, so rarely get, and that is a chance to brag about yourself. Any recent wins you have, any upcoming wins, perhaps? If you're looking to build community, where can people find you online? But in general, this is your chance to be your own cheerleader. Pick up your pom poms, step up onto your soapbox. Let's hear it.
So actually, Yesterday, I had a situation where I was stuck in between my bed and the floor and my wheelchair, and I had no choice but to safely fall on my butt and then climb up my bed and back into my wheelchair. It took me about an hour, but it was something to be very proud of because it was something I completed without um, needing help, even though I had to call someone on the phone to walk me through it. So that was something to be very proud of. You guys can follow me on Instagram at ABANDCP97 and on YouTube with it's Ali B with an addition of CP. So
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Alyssa, I'll put those video links in the video description for easy access. Thank you for helping me again. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
thank you so much.
Of course.